Look, SVP, reality is coming.
Okay.
There's levels to this thing, and that's just life. We all went through it.
Diana Taurasi warned Caitlin Clark that reality is coming before her WNBA debut. But did you see what happened next? Instead of struggling, the rookie took over, proving everyone wrong. Not only did she hold her own, but she also shattered Taurasi's records and changed the game. When a legend doubts you and you respond by making history, that's more than a comeback, it's a statement.
Cannot believe we are fixing to have a talk about this particular player in the WNBA because I thought she was supposed to be gone.
Now, Diana Taurasi's tone has completely changed, and you won't believe what she's saying about Caitlin Clark today. Remember when Taurasi said Clark wasn't ready for the pros? That comment shook the basketball world during her interview. But fast forward to now, and it's a whole different story.
You look superhuman playing against 18-year-olds, but you're going to come with some grown women that have been playing professional basketball for a long time. But there is going to be a transition period where you're going to have to give yourself some grace as a rookie. And, it might take a little bit longer.
Just like that, the stage was set for a showdown between the WNBA's veterans and the rising stars of the game. This wasn't just an offhand comment, it sparked a firestorm. Taurasi's words spread across social media in hours, dividing fans between those backing the seasoned legend and those rallying behind the young phenom stepping into the league. The debate wasn't just online, you could feel the tension building everywhere.
You know what she said, we all remember it. There's going to be a transition period, there's going to be a reality check, yada, yada, yada. All right? Caitlin Clark ultimately got the last laugh over Taurasi. The 23-year-old still made sure to pay respects to one of the league's most decorated players.
What's fascinating is how fast people chose sides. Some fans backed Taurasi, saying her years of experience and championships gave her the right to speak the truth. After all, the pro game is a different beast. But Clark supporters saw something else in her words. Was it doubt, maybe even fear of being replaced? The debate exploded, dominating sports talk shows and flooding social media with heated discussions.
And we know how Taurasi came back, tried to back off her comments after she got the crap handed to her by Caitlin Clark on multiple occasions.
Veteran players questioning rookies is nothing new, but the timing and public nature of Taurasi's comments made them stand out. They weren't just random criticism, they fed into a growing narrative of doubt surrounding Clark's transition to the WNBA. Analysts didn't hold back either, saying she wouldn't get the same open looks, the physicality would overwhelm her, and college dominance doesn't always translate to the pros. Before she even stepped on the court, Clark was already carrying the weight of massive expectations and nonstop scrutiny.
Taurasi said some glowing things about Clark after the game. Why did that matter? Because she made the whole reality is coming comments, and she was also and is also maybe the, biggest figure in the history of the sport, certainly in that conversation, right? And when she said the reality is coming thing, that kind of became the mantra to Clark's rookie season.
But did you see how Clark handled all the noise? Instead of clapping back or getting caught up in the drama, she took the high road, and it caught a lot of people off guard. When asked about Taurasi's comments, Clark kept it simple. Asterisk, that's someone I grew up idolizing, looking up to, and wanting to be like one day. Asterisk, no trash talk, no defensiveness, just pure respect for a player she had admired since childhood. That response only added to the anticipation for their first showdown. Can you imagine the energy in the arena when they finally faced off?
Because we remember what she said to Scott Van Pelt on SportsCenter for ESPN months ago, when she said there's levels to this. It's one thing to go against young girls and stuff like that. You about to go up against grown women. We gonna be waiting for.
Every basketball fan had this game marked on their calendar, the rookie phenom going head-to-head with the legend who had essentially told her she wasn't ready. Would Taurasi back up her words with a dominant performance, or would Clark prove she belonged from the start? The hype was off the charts, unlike anything we'd seen for a regular season WNBA game. But when the moment came, Clark didn't flinch. She stepped up and got the best of Taurasi in their first ever showdown.
Obviously, a lot was made of this matchup between yourself and Diana Taurasi. I know she's one of your idols. How big is it for you to get a win here against her today?
I'm just happy we won. It was cool to play against her, and obviously a really great game. And like you said, this crowd was absolutely incredible.
Did Diana Taurasi underestimate Caitlin Clark's ability to adapt to the WNBA? Based on how things unfolded, it's hard to say she didn't. While Taurasi was sounding the alarm about reality, Clark was putting in the work, ready to prove everyone wrong. Her calm, focused response to the criticism showed a level of maturity beyond her years. She knew that the best way to answer doubts wasn't with words, but with her performance on the court. And that's exactly what she did.
Diana Taurasi famously said reality is coming for Caitlin Clark when she gets to the WNBA. But the reality is Taurasi also has a ton of respect for Clark, as she expressed following the Fever's win over the Phoenix Mercury in the first ever career head-to-head matchup.
That quiet preparation wasn't just for show. It was the calm before a historic storm. While everyone debated whether Clark could handle the WNBA's physicality, she was focused on something bigger. She wasn't just looking to compete with legends like Taurasi, she was ready to surpass them. And when she hit the court, she didn't just prove she belonged, she made the entire basketball world rethink what a rookie could achieve.
We'll pull up the best point guard in the WNBA, objectively, Caitlin Clark. In her one professional season in the WNBA, Caitlin Clark came away with an average of 19.2 points, 8.4 assists, and 5.7 rebounds for.
From the moment Caitlin Clark stepped onto the court in that Indiana Fever jersey, she didn't look like a rookie trying to find her way. She played like she belonged. Game after game, she put up numbers so impressive that statisticians had to double-check their work. A rookie averaging *** 19.2 points, 8.4 assists, and 5.7 rebounds per game ***. That's almost unheard of. She didn't just lead all rookies in scoring, she led the entire league in assists and three-pointers. This wasn't just about adjusting to the pro level. Clark was redefining what a first-year player could achieve.
Physically demanding.
No, it is extremely difficult. Just one, not only physically, but also mentally staying in it.
Go against another team here. They've been chopping at the bit. It's Taurasi, what a spin. Taurasi a finish.
Man.
A 20-year veteran, Diana Taurasi, dialing back. And it's Clark on the other end.
And she did all of this under a microscope like never before. Every crossover, every turnover, every shot was analyzed and debated in real time on social media. Most players would have crumbled under that kind of pressure, but Clark thrived. It was as if she turned every doubt and critique into fuel, especially when going up against the team of her biggest critic.
Way Caitlin Clark has made some remarks about Diana Taurasi, and it seems the one player she had the most fun taking to the woodshed, and who could blame her after the there's going to be a reality check. Yeah, you're right. You got swept by the rookie, destroyed, obliterated. Caitlin Clark made some comments, and she has come out and said basically crushing Diana Taurasi was her favorite part of last.
When Clark went up against the Phoenix Mercury, she didn't just hold her own, she dominated. In one standout performance, she put up ** 29 points, 10 assists, and 5 rebounds ***, leading the Fever to a statement win. And it wasn't just a one-time thing. The Fever *** swept *** the Mercury in all 3 of their regular season matchups. Let that sink in for a moment. The rookie who was expected to struggle against seasoned veterans was now outplaying them on a regular basis.
Again, reality checked. Yeah, she got a dose of her own medicine real fast, did she not? Talked all that trash, all of that trash. That didn't work out very well for you at all.
But Clark wasn't done making statements. In one of the most poetic moments in sports history, she *** broke Taurasi's own 3-point record ***, sinking her *** 122nd three-pointer *** to pass the very player who had doubted her. That gave Clark the second most threes in a single WNBA season, proof that she wasn't just keeping up with the league's best, she was surpassing them. If there was ever a moment that screamed, ** I belong here, ** this was it.
And of course, no one has more gravitas in the space than Taurasi. But when Taurasi sort of, deaded all that and embraced Clark, it felt like the moment a lot of the tensions would break down. Of course, that wasn't completely the case, as we've seen. But in that moment, it did feel like, all right, you've made it. You've earned it, right? Like, you've shown it. There's no fronting on your game.
Perhaps most impressive of all, Clark didn't just put up big numbers. She *** transformed *** the Indiana Fever. A team that had been irrelevant for years was suddenly back in the playoffs for the first time since 2016, with Clark leading the way. She didn't just join a franchise. She revitalized it, hacking arenas and bringing in viewers like never before. Clark wasn't just a star, she was a game changer.
You know, a lot of people say that Caitlin Clark moves the needle. That is wrong. She is the needle. She dictates. We all know what she's done on the floor. It's history, right? But off the floor, my good.
And Clark's impact didn't stop with the fever. It changed the entire league. For the first time ever, the WNBA surpassed the NHL in average live viewers during the regular season. The league that Taurasi had helped build for decades was now experiencing record-breaking growth. Driven by the very rookie she once doubted.
And it's very interesting that all of a sudden a player that was supposed to, Diana Taurasi is supposed to retire, right? The old dinosaur is supposed to retire. Well, now you have outlets talking about landing spots for Diana Taurasi. Wait, come again?
The cameras caught the exact moment everything changed. Remember when Diana Taurasi put her arm around Caitlin Clark during their matchup? That wasn't just a casual gesture. It was the start of an unexpected twist in their rivalry. After weeks of watching Clark dominate, something in Taurasi's demeanor shifted. The dismissive attitude was gone, replaced by something that looked an awful lot like respect.
Caitlin Clark being embraced by Diana Taurasi after the fever beef, the mercury in that game, and they played each other, was one of the coolest moments of the WNBA season.
You could almost see the internal struggle happening in real time. Was Taurasi, the woman who helped build this league over 2 decades. Now watching a rookie elevate it to new heights. How do you process that kind of reality check? The answer came in a moment no one expected.
It's kind of like when you go from kindergarten to first grade, there's a learning adjustment. When you go from high school to college, there's a learning adjustment. I don't think I said anything that wasn't factually correct. And like anything, greatness is going to translate. And she's proven that in every level. And I don't see it being any different in the WNBA.
What Caitlin has been able to do in her short career so far is nothing short of remarkable. Those words didn't come from a commentator or a fan. They came from Diana Taurasi herself. The same player who once warned Clark about the harsh reality of the pros had now completely changed her tune. Talk about a full 180. The basketball world did a collective double take. Was this really the same Taurasi who had been so dismissive just months ago?